Red, blue, left, right, tomorrow, yesterday. All of these words are used to create abstracted imagery in our heads that allows us to imagine hypotheticals. We're constantly using this ability as we plan dinners, have anxiety about tests, and expect to see a friend. But what if I were to tell you that there's a tribe of people known as the Piraha that culturally lack this ability? The story begins with Noam Chomsky, a renowned American linguist, and Chomsky famously advocated the theory of universal grammar, or UG for short, which states that there are innate restraints on human language that's embedded into the brain. Language is learned in this theory through received linguistic stimuli that enable children to adopt syntactic rules which conform to this UG. Now, what does this have to do with the ability to abstract hypotheticals? Well, enter the Piraha people. Daniel Everett, the current trustee professor of cognitive sciences at Bentley University, did extensive field research on the Amazon basin's Piraha people, and more specifically, their language. Everett quickly noticed how different they were, writing they have no numbers, no fixed colors, no perfect tense, no deep memory, no tradition of art or drawing, and no words for all, each, ever, most, or few. However, perhaps the most shocking difference to Everett is no evidence of recursion. Recursion is a linguistic operation that consists of inserting one phrase into another of the same type. For instance, we do not say, I see a car, the car is moving, but instead, I see a moving car. Now, this inability to use recursion is rooted in the tribe's cultural presentness. The Piraha people are only concerned with what is immediate and present. So in their language, they would not say, she went around the corner, but instead, she is gone from existence. It is hard to comprehend the immediacy of their language, but this is the reason for their lack of abstract words. So instead of saying red, they would say rose-like or stop sign-like. The discovery of these language differences threatened Chomsky's UG, especially with the lack of recursion, which was known as an innate building block of human language. Because of these inconsistencies, Everett and cognitive biologist William Fitch attempted studies to determine whether or not there was a difference in brain operation or if it was just cultural. Fitch devised a test that would read out two syllables, and if they were grammatical under the universal grammar theory, a monkey figure would travel right. If it was not grammatically correct, it would travel left. Now, what this game tested for is whether their participants' eyes would begin to make micro-movement towards the correct direction, proving themselves to be grammatically coherent. As they began these experiments, the Piraha participants had little interest in the test and showed no signs of coherency. Everett said this was due to the lack of importance of the test to the people. However, one girl was tested and showed great sign of coherency, leading to the belief that the brains of the Piraha people are the same as ours. It is the culture that impedes their ability to abstract. Now, these findings are fascinating from a philosophical perspective, as it gives an example of how the culture we are surrounded in literally forms the way our brains work. More so, it brings into question the legitimacy of our ideas of abstract, objective concepts. This raises questions such as, how can we trust Western rationality and what we consider as the truth? And can the direct and present experience of the people like the Piraha people be reconciled with Western abstractions like math and physics? Regardless, there are many epistemological questions that arise from Everett's studies of the Piraha people, which may aid in our understanding of society and truth. As always, thanks for daring to know. I'm Nathaniel Dillon, and I'll see you next time.